and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. And in this one we have Kayn, because actually it's been a long time since we've done Kayn. He's hugely popular, and he's been dominating all of Season 12. Blue form, red form, doesn't really matter. However, the build variations have shifted back and forth, the popularity of which have shifted back and forth as well. And in this one I wanted to bring you something that might enrage certain Kayn mains, the Duskblade variant. Now, I know most of you are Prowler's Claw enthusiasts, we like the passive lethality, the gap closer active, but Duskblade is a classic lethality item for assassinos, and the bonus damage, the slow, and the refresh invisibility, what's not to love? However, there is obviously different ways of playing around teamfights, so we're going to have a look at how it works against a very heavy melee comp, plus a Draven, who obviously we could use the Prowler's Claw amp and active. Runes on your screen now, typical investment firm stuff. All of this is available in the Zoda GG guide. Kayn is one of the popular ones. I put all the variants, Charisma improved rune sets and itemizations as well as any other additional variants you might want, like Slayer and hybrids. Now, we do have here a blue side start because we want to shift upward. We are against a Ivern, who is naturally gonna try some cheesy things with his unique clears. Early vision is imperative to success, because if you see him running along here, then we can shift on down to this. We have a Shyvana mid lane against an Akali for some peculiar reason, and then we have here a Renekton versus an Aatrox who somehow made it through pick and ban phase. And I'm willing to believe most of you don't even know what an Ivern does, and I don't blame you, because the champion's long been forgotten by Riot, and really could use some quality of life buffs. We'll see what happens in Season 13. A little cheeky slow here, with a 4 CS lead, which means he's primed some camps down, no buffs either. So basically from Kayn's perspective, all we know is dude's done one camp, he's primed a few others, he doesn't have buffs yet, which means those are available, he's going to fall back and suck those up and get some resources back. And obviously here we are now going to finish off our red and go into the Krugs. Thinking out loud here, you know, with Ivern, typically if you're a Warwick player or something like that, a good control ward strategy, Volibear, a good control ward strategy is nice, because he will look to kind of invade and cheese you because you're so much slower at clearing. Against Kayn's and such things he doesn't. This push here is mighty disrespectful, considering, you know, Ivern should be around the area, he might loop back here. There we go, as expected. Kayn, though, is in the vicinity. Can we collapse? Little silly by Ivern. This is prime 2v2 content. Here we go. Renekton's not moving towards his jungle, which enrages the living hell out of me most of the time. Renekton Gaming, Aatrox Gaming, both die. Can we get this one here? We flash the auto. We got another Q-proc, another auto attack should do it. And that's a double kill for the Kayn. Didn't mean to slow it down. So, the Ivern should directly know, hey, look, dude got leashed bottom side. He's going to full sequence up here. He will be here for this crap. I'm doing my Ivern gaming things, ganking this, then repeat ganking this after sucking and eating some camps. You should know that the Kayn's going to show up and trust that in that particular situation, Ivern plus Aatrox, while it is strong with that shield, right? Like, I'll take a Kayn and a Renekton over them any day. Now, in this situation, we can expect the Ivern to shoot to the bottom side, which of course he will. We're going to go back to base here. Nice, honorable Kayn main. Very nice. We should look for an early form here, I think. Shyvana is currently only down 7 CS versus the Akali, but again, that champion. We could just go for the outside and rule here, because we do see the Ivern down bot lane, so outside and rule, forget that. You see a low target. We want to shadow this scenario in case our bot lane is healthy enough to go in. Ezreal wants to go back to base. I think here you could just go and scan, say, look, I'm here. Don't try anything greedy. Chill, and we can go ahead and snack away this, smite and snack away this Scuttle Crab, and then do another sequence. And once you've done the Gromp to Wolves, right, your bottom lane, your Ezreal, will get back to this lane, so you could always look to just loop on back for a nice little gank dive, etc., and then fall back to the dragon. But for Kayn, in low elo, don't be too obsessed with taking a dragon, right? Don't compromise your full sequencing to take a greedy dragon when your ADC's in base and your mid lane is, you know, dead or something like this. I'm seeing that a lot in coaching with Kayn mains explicitly. They do like to greed for the dragon, so just keep that mental note. Listen, my sequencing is my power. Yes, I can skirmish. Yes, I can fight. But if you want to go for a dragon, do it when it's opportunistically free. Watch this, because now this is distorted. But hey, fall back in line. Good minions. Potatoes for you tonight. You may eat all your food. Ivern shows up against top lane. Again, top lane. Level 4 now. Really, they should do something about his clearing. I feel like that's a huge issue. I know he's meant to be low econ supportive, but you know what I mean? It just feels a bit clunky in the modern game, with everyone being so smooth and efficient with their clears and them changing it since Season 13 to make it even more so. I feel like Ivern needs some kind of help. Right, we're looking here at an Aatrox pushing in the wave against the Renekton. In the meantime, the mid laner, we have here level 6. Shyvana gets it first, is ulted and chunked out the Akali. Watch for the Ivern float to the mid lane there, Shyvana. here we can basically say if Ivern's going to go in for this dive, we can kind of counter gank it again. But Renekton goes for the stun. We know we have the Aatrox with W. He's going to try and suck us up. We get the 90% slow. We ult because we have that already. That's why your sequencing is so key on Kayn, because you do this again, you get 6 early. There we go. He shows up mid lane as expected. And now we base 3-0-0. Very juicy. 6 minutes 32. Almost form, almost form, almost firm. Blech, form for sure. And we fall back down to the blue here. And now we can have a look at the bottom lane. So this is a good example of how we should be Kayn gaming in the general meta. We do the blue here. Now what we're going to do here is shadow upside. This is where things get a little messy for me, because you could just chill and wait for this and potentially look to kind of do this kind of stuff, loop back and cheese the bottom lane, but there's not a lot of things that are available here, and our sequencing is so damn quick. I thought he was going up. I was like, why are we going up? Our camps are spawning this way. Crab is up, neutral crab, so that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad he turned back around. Master Gaming. Challenger Gaming, the dude would just be killing everybody and taking the scuttle. There is a big difference. No offense meant to anybody, but I think we all know that. We don't have Smite here, and we don't have the ultimate. That's the key here, right? So we're not looking to die over this crab. We're just looking to snack it away. And most elos, you should be able to snack it. But if they have disjointed numbers, where you have like 4v2 on this side, and they have 2 down at the bottom, just pick a direction. Like, if there's 2 Draven support here, trying to go for the crab, and then, you know, mid and jungle here, and you guys have 4 in the river, just ping as a 4 stack, as a foursome, and yeet to one side, just 4v2 this one, and then you can do whatever you want, right? Dragons for free. Don't split yourselves. Don't split your focus. Use numbers advantage always. It is the biggest thing for every jungler in the game. Mid-game skirmishes, late-game skirmishes, internal skirmishes when you have them in chat. Always focus on numbers advantages. Except in the internal skirmishes, and yes, I'm showing the Draven on purpose, yeah, if they're ganging up on someone, try and be nice, right? You want everyone to work together cohesively, where all the cogs mesh together. And hopefully you understood that Pixar Disney reference. Is it even Disney? I don't remember. I know it's Pixar, that's all I know. Maokai goes in onto the Nami. I mean, I watched it when it came out in cinemas when I was a kid, so I'm old. We do have ultimate available here, but I'm not sure we're gonna have the juice. We'll be under the tower. We'll be tanking damage. That's too greedy. 350 shutdown to the Draven. That is not what we're looking for. Most Maokais go in too soon. That one does. He tries to go for the W and gets face planted against his own face with his big totemic face as well. I can't pronounce totemic face. Totem pole Maokai. Whatever. Dragon mid lane again, using her ult to wave clear and shove. This champion is strong. Did a Shyvana, hybrid Shyvana. Try it out. Very nice. Good gaming. Good to gaming. Yeah, see, we compromised our... well, we killed the Draven. We compromised our sequencing. We do have form from this, though. So never mind. Worth it. For the orbs, what did it cost? Nothing, really, because I'm blue Kayn now. We are going to go for the typical Duskblade Mana-Moon combo. I need to sneeze, excuse me. All right, sneezing done. Whew, I've allergies to change of season. And asthma, so it's always fun, right? And of course I sneeze, not once, but twice. I've sneezed, I'm a big sneezer, so long time. And the first time, I sneezed 7 times after we watched Game of Thrones. My wife goes, 7 blessings to you, and bursts out laughing, so that's lovely. Every time I sneeze 7 times now. That's great, isn't it? It's great. Anyway, so I would have liked to see continuation of sequencing, maybe a loop back round for a better gank, but hey, we'll take it, we get form. Out of base, Krugs red into Raptors, and then we can of course look to cut the map for a dragon. Our death is compromised just by giving them a herald. Hopefully you noticed that anytime you show and cut your sequencing as a farming jungler, the enemy jungler will punish you. They will take something on the map, and here he's going to continue the camp top lane. Aatrox, I don't know how this champion even makes it through ban phase anymore. I honestly don't know. I just don't understand. Just don't let this thing through champion select. It's an absolute abomination, and I have no idea why it wasn't nerfed months ago almost. It's absolutely insane to me that we're letting this thing dominate the way it has with no concern. I mean, we nerfed Eclipse and thought that was going to do something. It didn't. So we'll swap into the ganky top lane, realizing that the Renekton is in fact a French crocodile. We will go to the bottom lane here and just slice and dice that Draven nice and tasty and juicy. Show him that the scythe sickle thing is better than an axe, which is obviously not true from a Viking perspective, but when it is Draven holding the axes, then he's not a Viking. He is just a barbarian. Hey, Nami, you're by yourself with a Maokai and a Kayn. Ooh, the stopwatch bubble. That was kind of nice. Can we go in here with the ultimate to dodge aggro? Yes, we can, and we'll reposition beautifully. Nice. But look at this. 1 plate, 4 plates, 3 plates, 1 plate. We are losing the plate battle. So let's go ahead. 4-1-1 now. Let's snack away this fire dragon. That's super juicy for us. Cue disco music while he does that. Fall back to this RNG scuttle. Thank you, blessed RNG. We could look to counter jungle now, but it depends if you want to... yeah, I think we should collapse in the mid lane if they push here. I was kind of like, do we want to handle mid lane or do we want to just counter jungle and handle some map control? Because we don't have ult, guy. Like, all we can do is wave clear there and hold, which is great because we deny plates and we get some infusion, but, you know, we don't have ult, so we can't fight the Akali with a Nami when we haven't even spent. Like, we got 1600 in pocket. Right, Raptors are spawning, so you could look to, like, reverse sequence this, but I think you're getting the blue, which is valuable to us. Taking the Gromp and then syncing up with our bot lane here could be super nice because our ult will be available. So playing around that ultimate, please do so. Please do so. But he's choosing to reset, which I think may be a bit more prudent. In even a diamond game, like just to say diamond and below, you can get away with not spending there and kind of just re-ganking this, specifically against junglers that you're destroying in terms of a macro power thing scenario, but it is a fair bot lane. You don't really want to coin flip it. Go back, get your Duskblade. Then we can move into Mana Moon kind of stuff. Let's fall back down to the Wolves here to sequence. I don't really know what the sequencing goal is. There's no objective for us. I would have liked to see us go directly for a level 10 focus in the bot lane. So like Raptors, Wolves, and then Shadow into bot lane here. But we do Wolves into Raptors. We see the Ivern looking to go mid lane, so we Shadow. Pun not intended, but always good. Always good to Shadow when you're blue Kayn. Now we wait and we scan. And now we're inside the Dragon Pit wall. Can you clear this, please? So I can arrive, although we just rule break, don't we? We just rule break because we're Kayn. It is what it is. I mean, there's nothing else to sequence because we sequence so damn quickly and Shyvana just took a Raptors unlucky. Maokai ultimate is super strong. We get the flashes, we get the heals, we can use ult to dodge aggro, rooted, dead, die, and now we reposition. Ezreal ult goes through. We're gonna try again. Maokai goes in for the tanking. He will fall once more. Nami is just getting absolutely cash rich from this these dives. But so are we 611, and we get that refresh on the Duskblade as well. So the slow is kind of useful too. If you can get onto people as Shadow Assassin, the slow is what keeps you sticking to them. Things like Shrill does also help, and you've got your W, so just stickiness factor is nice. Paralysis is great when you want the damage and plus the lethality passive, and obviously the gap close. If you need the gap close, if it's crucial, then that's huge. But it's all about, it's a little bit about preference. This guy here does all the variants, right? Most K mains know how to play with Duskblade, Prowlers, they know how to do Slayer and Ross, which I'll do a video on next week. They know all of the routine and the itemization choices. Right, we are now grouping together to coalesce onto the Aatrox soul and body, and I'm sure he will actually die to this. Oh, no assist. Maybe we should have just like flash smited it or something, you know what I mean? Like real Kayn stuff. Just get in there, edgelord, flash smite, be like, I'm carrying you guys. Don't do that. It's funny, but don't do it. Please. And don't tell anyone I said to do it, because I didn't. You guys are trolls. Like Blitzcrank, I tell you exactly what to do and what not to do. No, I get Tiamat Rush, Predator, Blitzcrank running it down with 2 CS per minute in every game that... Everyone in Discord's like, thanks Virkayu, look at this Blitzcrank jungle in my game. Like, guys... Hey, I just provide the information. You're your own adults and your own... Well, most of you. At least physically. Maybe not emotionally, but at least physically. Hey, Ivan, what's up, buddy? Ah, that's rough. The Serpent's Fang. Right after I talk about the Shadow Flame versus Serpent's Fang thing, in the Fiddlesticks video, we have a Serpent's Fang game here. That's also what caught my eye. Against the shielding comp of the Ivern, it can definitely have some benefit. But let's look at the end of the game, what the stats are for the anti-shield component, because as we saw with the Shadow Flame, the Magic Pen passive, this was great, but the actual shield amp, in terms of that penetration, was just negligible. It was useless. Like, we're not using it for that at all. And I kind of think like items that are used for things that they're not meant for means they're overstated, like Chempunk Chainsaw being rushed. Stop rushing it, by the way. It's just, like, if you're rushing it with no concern about the Grievous Wounds, then it's got too many stats. You should probably buff the fact that the Grievous Wounds don't really feel like they do anything. You know what I mean? So I do think we could do some with some more like specificity and focus on itemization choices. Let's just rewind that, but we'll take the lethality and the bonus damages that we get from this itemization. I kind of ran the fight while ranting about that. We do kill the Nami, which is crucial here. Your goal against enchanters is make sure they don't exist, right? If you're the Shadow Assassin, flank it, kill it, zone it, don't let it play the game. That way you lose a lot of the sustain here. Obviously, we have the enchanter in the jungle, so that changes things a little bit, but if you can remove one, great, go back in, kill the other, that's what we want. So at the moment, we've done shielding reduced 140. I mean, it's because it's Ivern explicitly, so it might kind of... It might really skew the data. But obviously, we have other shields in games that it will work against. but you're using it against extreme shields most of the time. And Ivern's shield is spammable and insane, so we will get value. And obviously the Serpent's Fang has the 12 lethality, and much like Eclipse now does as well. I mean, that did need a nerf, but one's a mythic and one's not a mythic, right? So you gotta factor those things in. Gives you that spammable abilities on the Duskblade. Just worth noting, the haste plus the movement speed is nice to get around the map against a highly mobile comp. And movement speed is underrated. Base movement speed that's not directly related to being out of combat is huge, right? It's huge against comps that you might struggle to stick to. Right, through the wall, snack the blue. We are 10-1-1, and we are having a nice flow to this game, right? We're just picking up camps where we can. We're having a look here. Can we hit the W? So this is where the Paralysis Claw is nice with the Nami, right? You can kind of yeet in with the Paralysis Claw, do your business, but you also don't want to be overcommittal in that sense. Cause yourself to die against a heavy peel comp with a Nami Ivern. So the camera will allow you to reposition after obliterating the Nami back to the ocean. Hey, Akali, can we play a game? Flash! We'll take that. I'm really not happy that I'm seeing it back in the meta, to be honest with you. Reposition with our E. Can we do something here? Oh, Akali's still here. Hello. We will have our ult available to use as we want. What are we going to pick? Okay, we'll just flash Q onto that sucker. Hey, Draven, what's up? No mana? No problem. You have a blue? I take the blue. We went the wrong direction, but not really, because Aatrox showed up. This champion, why is it in the game? Shyvana shows up as well from the side, flanking. No ult, so useless. 1-0-1, not really doing anything to help the win condition. Man, don't worry, guys. I can beat him in lane, guys. Even with 3 or 4 ganks. Yeah. Sure. Sure you can. Top laner egos thinking they can handle the Aatrox. I've not seen it yet. And of course you get the Aatroxes on your team that make him look balanced. Like, I don't even know how. I mean, it's like playing Malphite and tanking 0 damage and hitting no one with your ultimate. It's like, is that even possible, really? Gotta factor these things in. All right, we're gonna go through a little bit of a dead space here, I think, so I'll speed run it. We want to keep these things hyper-focused and intelligent. Obviously, the deep wards here into counter jungling is critical in this mid-game. So if you have these moments where you can take this with people that are dead or topside, do so. Yeet all their camps, reposition with Hextech, flow back into your jungle camps, 3-quadrant control, all those excellent things you really want as a farming jungler. And your lanes won't be able to take camps because you're farming them so damn quickly. Right, we've got Duskblade, Murromana, and Serpent's Fang, and now we're going yet... yeah, Edge of Night can work here. I think Edge of Night can work here. It's a good one. Terilda's also nice with the slow and the extra damage. I think could be super useful, specifically because of like things like Death Stance and stuff do add up over time in terms of the armor that they have. So it's nice to kind of deal with that. I mean, we do no damage to him whatsoever. We're blue Kayn, and it's like we didn't even touch him. And now he gets shielded. What's a shielding reduce? 329, so not that useful. Let's keep track of that. We want to wait for the teams. Like, that's a huge shield, right? So if you can do a lot of reduction to that, that's great. But just bide your time, please. Bide your time, bide your time, bide your time, bide your time. Use your W, poke him out, use your E to flank, threaten, but don't overly commit. We're not looking for the suction effect here because you will die and your team will die. I mean, you are the carry at this point. I mean, it's just you. It's literally 1v9 damage, 1v9 blue Kayn making the repositioning moves. Keep floating. Wait for the dragon. Don't pull the trigger. There's an RNG scuttle. There's raptors on loop. There's Krugs on loop. Our Shyvana can take those. We can take this. And again, now they think, aha, we'll go for the Baron because they're bottom side and you're blue Kayn. So like, but I'm here. Are you guys sure you want to do this? I don't think you want to do that against a blue Kayn, guys. He's up 3 levels on the Ivern. And the WQ smite combo is absolutely disgusting. You cannot do anything about it. Here we go. They're a bit out of position. We have the Shyvana on the bottom side. We do hit that W onto the Akali. Ezreal's poking out. The Nami ult does come through. Only hits one person. Markai's gone for his full ult. We're going to get a multi-root here. Can we hit someone in ult? We're just going to W poke the Draven. That's good as well. Here we go. All right, 517 on the Serpent's Fang bonus damage. Duskblade's only at 259, so I do understand you. I know you want the Prowler's Claw, but we're just looking for the utility here that we get from that item. Over. Okay, there we go. That's beautifully done. We kill the Akali, reposition with our ultimate so we don't get sucked into death. Oh, Aatrox. Aatrox. That's so disgusting. Hextech Dragon 2. Triple kill. Alright, you know what I think? I think we're in a bit of a gold swing here. I think we have a cheeky throw with a cheeky teamfight. We kill the Akali, and the rest of our team can do absolutely nothing, but we can do nothing against the Aatrox and their whole team. So yes. And now the Renekton is dead. So what are we going to watch here? They're going to go down to this dragon. Okay. Whoopsie, too fast. We're going to try and contest this dragon, but I don't think we're going to be able to do anything about it. Like, Kayn is looking for the flank. He's biding his time. He's looking for the opportunity to go in, but his team are just getting bursted out front line and chunked and pushed away. We must just try not to die here. If we can kill 1 or 2 people ourselves, that's great, but no, no, no. Don't be here. Let your team die. Let your team die. You don't know why? Because the threat of your steal on that Baron can change and contort the entire nature of the game. But now your team is just by themselves. Like, I can skip here. They're just gonna go straight to the Baron. You're dead. No one can do anything about it. 8 trucks over the wall. And here it's best, my friends, as a jungler, you just want to be alive for the steal. If your team run in and die a few times, that's okay. As long as you're alive, you can change the nature of the game. You can threaten the steal. You can get the steal very, very easily. Your team should not be dying here either. Anyone on any role. If your whole team is dead, don't go in as a 2-stack against the Baron, because now you 2 are dead, and your team can do nothing to recoup any pressure on the map. So a big throw from our team, but nothing that the Kayn could do there other than try and avoid death and try and avoid those shutdowns. So in this particular situation, all right, you've got your Edge of Night completed. Probably go for Cyrilda's next. You can go GA as well if you feel like the survivability is more crucial, which I think we could justify, definitely. 1575 shielding reduced now. So that's actually doing a lot of work in those fights, but we died in those fights. So it's like, what do we really effectively do? Okay. Last Whisper built. A little bit of extra penetration. Aatrox is now split pushing on the side by himself, which is a very classic thing for top laners to do when they get fed. So let's make sure we split and kill that guy as soon as possible. And the reason this is super good to do as Kayn is because you can always loop back to the mid lane. Him being dead means we can win another fight. So let's have a look and see what we do here. They're pushing up with Baron onto the towers. We're cutting the wave. This is becoming a lot more interesting. Oh, the Azrael damage. He's scaling. He's scaling. He's scaling. He's scaling. Marco hits the root. We go back in. We coin flip the Akali's decision making on the other side here. We're going to go into the Ivan to try and kill him, but Draven's auto-attacking us. Can we survive? No, because we don't have ultimate to reposition. Oh my goodness, the lifesteal here, plus the damage from the Kayn. I do think maybe a GA could have, just with the armor, kind of been nice, but at this point you still die, right? It doesn't really change anything. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So, in the interest of time, nothing happens after that. They base, and here we are. 55,000 gold to 58,000 gold, 25 to 19. We're down in gold at the moment, and we're just going to keep looking to do the things we need to do with Shadow Assassin to win, which is, of course, flank, probe, poke, and maybe Assassino, one of their priority targets. Can we do it? Dragon is spawning. It's a Hex tech. We kind of want that juice. Here we go again. Flanking, flanking, flanking. W hit. Ooh, shielding reduction. 2,129. Aatrox goes in. Kayn doesn't get baited into this. Nice by the Maokai and the whole team, but Kayn's not getting baited into this. He just floats on the side here, forcing the backline to respect his positioning. Absolutely huge. Now they overcommit to try and chase down the low HP targets. Mispositioned by the ADC equals a dead Kayn. Akali's trying the backline, but she dies as well. Kayn cannot flank and chase down the Ivern, who is a nobody. He is a tree. He is a twig. He is baby Groot. And we have here on the backside the fish mermaid lady dying. So Ariel has also fallen. Nice fight by the Kayn. Nice fight by the team. Nice kite back here. And impatience and overzealous behavior by the blue team. That equals a push into an inhibitor. Baron's going to be spawning as well afterwards. Really, really nicely done. The Kayn was super, super patient. And as an assassin player, you must be patient. That is the key here. Double inhib, please. Watch the watch the respawn timers. Yeah. Because you don't want to try and end there, you will lose. What you want to try and do is fall back and snack this dragon super, super quickly. And then you want to yeet back into the base, spend all your gold, get an elixir, clean out your jungle, right? We're at what, 1500? That'll do it. Okay, you can finish off your Cyrildas, and here we go. Baron play is important. You want to wait for those waves to push in, side and mid, let them push in, let them push in. And that pressure should allow you time to take a Baron. We've neutralized the game. That was a crucial fight. We have the gold lead again now. Look at the threat, right? Well, we lost the double the animation to the map there, got sucked in. Ezreal ult again, starting to probe and hurt. Cooldown is pretty damn low at this stage. Again, look at this. Flanking, zoning, flanking, zoning. Biggest difference between high elo Kayns and low elo Kayns and the blue of the blue assassin, shadow assassin, edgelord farmers variety is that they don't do that enough in low elo. High elo's always flanking and looking, always. You've pushed them out now. You've got bottom lane side pressure. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it. You guys do it so quickly. Yeah. Yeah. Nami ult comes through. Shyvana gets it for some peculiar reason. We queue over the wall to reposition again. Nice Maokai ult. Good zone tool. Shyvana goes to the side here and hits her E. They see the split. So you see, this blue team sees a split, so they're going to hit these three like I said earlier. The problem is, it's a Shadow Assassin Kayn, right? It's a Shadow Assassin Kayn. So, there it is. There it is. That's not what you want if you're the blue team. You kind of chose to make that decision, ignoring the blue Kayn and the Shyvana flanking, and he just hits an absolutely gigantically massive flash WQ combo and ults and kills the Draven. That'll be it. 13-3-6, repositioning with the Duskblade. Damage is minimal. For sure, Prowler's Claw probably should have and could have been used, but we just wanted a bit of the utility from the item, plus the passive, plus that slow was nice. And anti-shielding, 3000, so did its job against the Iron, so that's good to know. Bit of a high-paced game, but hopefully you enjoyed and learned something. Please comment, like, subscribe, share, subscribe again, subscribe to the main channel. Coaching is available on Patreon, Zada GG Guides for Kayn, link below, and as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.